Welcome to Confidence Rockstar Podcast, a place where you will find inspiration, motivation, and, let's say, kick in the bottom to take action and create the life of your dreams. I'm your host, Alex Grzybek, and I'll help you quiet that little voice inside your head saying, "You can't do this." So you have the courage to go for what you've always wanted on your terms. Every week, I'll bring you some confidence golden nuggets, present an awesome interview in order to empower you to step up your game. It's time to choose happy and shine. It's time to become a confidence rockstar. Let's dive deep. Hi everyone, it's Alex Grzybek, your host of Confidence Rockstar Podcast, and today I'm bringing to you amazing guest, another wonderful and powerful woman that will help you thrive in your business. My guest today is Ewa Pietrzak. Hi Ewa.
Hello Alex, great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Guys, let me just quickly introduce Ewa to you because she's like a person very close to my heart recently. I came across her, like 6 months ago. And actually, I was sold to like the minute I met her, but that will be a little bit more about it later. But let me just tell you like a little bit about Ewa. Ewa is a business and mindset mentor, helping female entrepreneurs scale to 6 and 7 figures. She's also one of the top 1% consultants of Bob Proctor worldwide for how many times in a row? 17, 20?
22.
22. Yes, like 22 times in a row, which is like, oh my God. Yeah. And she's passionate about helping female entrepreneurs thrive, be fulfilled, and taken care of while making an impact. And Ewa is also my mentor, and I'm learning a lot from her. She completely transformed my life over the last few months. So I'm so honored that she accepted my invitation to be here because she's the powerhouse of wisdom, knowledge, and experience. So I'm so grateful for having you here. And today we will talk about money. This is the topic that everybody is interested in from different point of views. So we will be talking about the money mindset behind successful business. So how to go to 6 and 7 figures in your business with your money mindset. So Ewa, tell me, tell us a little bit more about you, because we know, well, I know, but our audience doesn't know that you were not a 7-figure business owner just a few years ago.
Yeah, listen, I don't even know where to start, but maybe I'll just start at the beginning. I know that the podcast name is Confidence Rockstar, so maybe I'll just share a little bit about where I started with my confidence, because I did not start my business, or I did not even find this material coming from learning about money. I wanted to shift my confidence. I had a challenge with public speaking and public reading phobia for about 15 years. And for 15 years, I was looking for a solution. I always thought that there must be a solution. Other people can do it. There must be a way for me to do it. And I went through all sorts of personal development material, healers, psychologists, and so on to help me. And nothing worked. And eventually I came across Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor helped me with his program, his mentorship program. Within 3 months, I was able to stand in front of 70 people here in Dublin and deliver my first public speaking event without fear. And I also discovered what my life purpose is about and what my passion business is about. I wanted to help so many people to feel invincible, get over their confidence limitations, feel empowered, and fulfill their dreams. Money came a little bit later. I came from background of accounting. I was an accountant for 12 years or so. And the biggest amount of money I earned was corporate level salary as a financial analyst, 3,000 euros net per month. And I had a habit of spending all of it by the end of the month. Now, I came across Bob Proctor and I started studying with him and being trained as a consultant, and then became business and mindset coach with him. And within a couple of years from starting to work with him, going from that 3,000 per month and spending all of it by the end of the month, I went to 50,000 euros per month, scrapping 25% of my working hours, and then eventually to multi seven figures. And not just like making money, but actually having a life. I think a lot of entrepreneurs make money, but they sacrifice themselves, their loved ones, their time. So for now, it's multi seven figures, having a life, and also being able to helping others create the same, both financial, but also time, freedom, and fulfillment.
Oh my God, it's amazing. I heard this story like, a few times already, but I'm always like, I even had like a goosebumps when you said that you had a phobia for like 15 years and you were afraid of public speaking, and then you were able to speak in front of 70 people, like, fearless. And I know that, the secret behind it is like the teaching of Bob Proctor, but also like your work. And so, congratulations. And, what you shared, like a lot of like things here, and I would like to tap into that, because like you said that, of course, here you replace your corporate salary, you went to 50,000 and then multiple seven figures. But like, I mean, people listening, they are like, oh my God, that's a dream. I would love that. But like, how did you do that? Because we are not talking here about like, earning 3,000 and they're earning 4,000. We are talking about a massive jump. So how?
Good question. How? Well, okay, so maybe let me backtrack a little bit. So my first goal when I started working with my first mentor, Bob Proctor, was to replace my corporate salary with my business. So I wanted, the minute I learned how to get over my own insecurities, and I learned, okay, this material can be used to fulfill your dreams, whether it's financial, lifestyle, overcoming your confidence challenges. I was like, okay, this is it. This is my purpose. I do not enjoy working in finance. This is what I want to do. So my first goal was actually to replace my corporate income with my business income. And I did do that. So that was about 5,000 gross within 6 months working with this material. But then what happened, I came across another obstacle. Within 1 year of working in my business, I started burning out. I had this usual entrepreneurial habit of working harder to get better results. And it had certain limitations. There was a point where there was 6 months of my business where I not only wanted to fulfill the income goals and sustain and grow my business, but I also wanted to travel. I wanted to enjoy my lifestyle. So I traveled every single month. I would go to my family in Poland, or my fiance's family in South Africa, or I would visit Bob Proctor for training, and so on and so forth, or holidays. And then every single month, eventually after a few months of that travel, I started losing my voice. So for about a week after coming back from holidays, I would not be able to speak. And then I would have to push extra hard for 2 weeks, meeting my sales targets. And that was a big aha moment, because I realized I am not going to go to 6 and 7 figures doing that. I cannot work hard enough to go to 6 and 7 figures. So I went into study, like deep study, both with Bob Proctor and strategists. And I understood I need to change, first of all, my mindset. I need to change my thinking and behavioral habits around making money and about making sales in the business. And also I needed to change my strategies. And that big transformation moved me from that 50,000 per year, which was about 5,000 gross per month, to 50,000 per month. That was the first biggest jump. But also with work-life balance, having time. I think I eliminated 25% of working hours. And I realized, because when we start in our business, and especially if it's passion-based business as a coach, you're like, I just want to help people. And then you realize, yes, I'm helping people 24/7, but Eva got lost. She doesn't have time for pampering sessions. She doesn't have time to go to the park. She doesn't have time to, when she goes for a weekend, when she goes away for a weekend, she's like constantly on the phone because people need me. And eventually you start burning out. So that was a big motivation to do it differently and to learn what do I need to transform with my mind, primarily because the mind controls the behavior. And then what do I need to transform in my business strategies to move to that high 6-7 figure mark, but also have a great life and have time for myself and for my loved ones in the process.
It's very important what you are saying, because like a lot of people, a lot of female entrepreneurs that I come across, they would like to have a business, they would like to start, but they kind of think, and well, they believe, they are certain even about the fact that in order to make more money, we need to work harder. And, I will be burnt out, I will not see my family, I will not be able to do any of those things. And you experience that as well yourself. So tell us, from your experience, what shift needed to happen internally? What was the mindset shift that helped you actually scale to 7 figures with less hustle? And what would you say to those ladies who are fearing this?
Okay, so a couple of things here, because first of all, we're talking about, there's so many things coming to my mind. Okay. Let me put that in order. Let's start with leveraging your mind to create the business results that you want. So this is something that I learned actually from my first mentor, Bob Proctor, that most people just use their will and determination to take more actions to create their better results. Whereas what you can do, you can literally program your subconscious mind like a computer for specific business results. So whether this is the number of clients you want to enroll per week, or the number of participants attending your workshops and your closing rate, or the qualities of prospects that you're attracting, you literally can, there is a skillful tool that you can, we call it paradigm shift. You literally can program your subconscious mind. This is what I want. And the subconscious mind, whatever subconscious mind accepts as an idea, it controls 95% of ideas that we receive on a daily basis, actions and results. So that was huge component of moving from that 5,000 per month burning out to that 50,000 per month, also moving away from corporate employment to that 50,000 per month with work-life balance. So when you are able to decide, okay, this is the results I want, and you understand that the subconscious mind is like a computer, whatever you put in there, it will spew out ideas and it will help you move your actions towards it. That is probably majority of the outcome. There's few other things. Putting your well-being first, because most of us burn out when we have tendency to, I need to work harder in order to get better results. We burn out because we forget about ourselves. So part of my maybe mindset / strategy was, okay, my well-being tasks go first in my diary. I've got to, in fact, I want to, the better I feel, the better energy I have on sales calls, and so on and so forth. So, we can talk about basic well-being tasks, like, you've got to sleep X amount of hours, you've got to eat healthy, you've got to exercise, maybe you need to walk in the park, or you need to take a break. These are the basics. For me, I expanded beyond the basics, and I really put my self-care first. It was like 180 degrees, from where I started, because I understood that if I put my well-being first, there is no chance of a burnout. And that's, I think, a lot of people who are wanting to scale to a higher level, they're afraid they will burn out. There's going to be too much workload. They cannot handle it. They will have no time for their family, no time for themselves. And then eventually, they will burn out and everything will crash. So that's number two, the mental programming. That we're going to talk about the emotion around money maybe as well in a minute. But the third one is the mindset around how you run your business. You want to do the most important tasks in your business that nobody else can do. And they're the most impactful in terms of income generation and in terms of client service. So I remember when I was earning that 5,000 per month and running around like a headless chicken, I was doing most of the things myself. And yes, maybe I had a part-time virtual assistant, but still there was a lot of things that I shouldn't be doing, technically going for 6 and 7 figures. And it took a little bit of courage to start delegating, either hiring outsourced team or someone part-time in-house or then full-time, and really offloading. So one of the biggest components of scaling to 6 and 7 figures with greater work-life balance is, maybe you could have your CEO hour or maybe half an hour per week, and you look at your diary and you're asking yourself, okay, what are the things that I'm doing in the business that I'm not good at, and they drain my energy. They're not the most impactful tasks to make sales or serve my clients, but they have to be done. And you write them out and you delegate them. So for me, bookkeeping, admin, part of my marketing, marketing was not my strength. Teaching, coaching was my strength. I just love saturating myself with this material. I love practicing it. I love teaching it by experience. But marketing was not my strength. So I even hired someone I outsourced part of my marketing. So to someone that knows exactly what to post, they kind of feel my energy, and I only post when I'm inspired. Now I'm a little bit more inspired, but at that time, this is what I looked at. And then immediately my energy was uplifted to focus on what's the most important tasks in the business. Like, what are the most important money producing tasks, so that most of my time is spent here versus running around like a headless chicken, getting exhausted, and then maybe pushing those tasks until the end in my diary. So that's number 3. And then energy around money. So we actually spoke about this just before we started this interview. When it comes to mindset around money, it is all down to 2 things. What is our most dominant emotional state around money, and what are our money producing tasks? Like, what are the things? Are we focusing on the things that make most money in the business, or are we doing all sorts of things, that are like, yeah, they should be done, but they're not exactly speaking to people and sharing with them what kind of product or service we have, how can we help them, and then bringing them on board. So the energy around money was a big breakthrough for me. I want you, if you're listening to this, I want you to think about, what is your dominant emotional state around money right now? So maybe you are feeling confident, calm, at ease. You feel like you have a lot of money, you feel prosperous, you feel grateful. Or maybe you're feeling anxious, uneasy, uncertain, maybe even fearful. See, your dominant state, emotional state about money will tell you a lot about how your mind is programmed when it comes to making money. And we all have beliefs around money. Beliefs are like these deep-rooted, I'm sure you guys talked about beliefs. Beliefs are deep-rooted opinions that are rooted in our subconscious mind, and subconscious mind controls 95% of actions, ideas, and results around money. And whatever the energy around money that we carry into the tasks dictates the outcomes. So our mind can be repelling money or attracting money. And the dominant emotional state that we have is going to show you, is your mind right now, and I just want to state, not you, is your mind right now repelling or attracting money? So repelling or attracting money, generating ideas, closing the sales, and sales activities like follow-ups. Do you feel eager to go out there and doing this? And all of this is down to our money energy, our most dominant emotional state. I'm not sure if you want me to share a little bit about how to change it. Maybe that's next.
Yes, well, like you said, a lot of like golden nuggets here right now, and it's so powerful what you are saying. And I would like to tap on little things here, because you said in the business, focus on the money generating activities and focus on what you are good at. And I know that a lot of people, including myself, we heard it many times that you need to delegate, you need to hire somebody. Yet a lot of women, they are afraid. They are like, oh my God, I'm not bringing enough money into the business right now. I'm not sure if I can even pay my bill. So how am I supposed to pay the VA or whoever? And so what would you say to people facing this kind of, not challenges, but having those thoughts, okay, I would love to, but I can't afford it?
Yes. I love that question. So my mentor told me to hire a VA or personal assistant before I'm ready. And I didn't listen initially. It was the best advice I received, but I didn't listen because I was scared, just like everybody else. Look, fear is natural. In fact, most of our fears are psychological. They are basically, we are afraid because we're doing something new, something that we've never done before, and our mind invokes the state of worry, doubt, and fear. What can go wrong? So what I would say, number one, understand the reason for hiring that person. So if you are caught up, so you can be doing money producing tasks in your business. So you can be getting on calls with people, you can be doing webinars, you can be closing sales, you can be following up, maybe you can be doing lives when you can invite people on calls. These things produce money. And to be honest, I heard a really cool advice when I started my business from a sales coach. 60% of your business should be spent on sales. And if you're not doing that, then your business is a hobby, because it doesn't produce money, right? But what happens is here you have all these back end elements of your business, like admin, like, bookkeeping, like marketing and all that stuff. If you're good at the marketing, that's fine. But, a lot of people spend too much time here and not enough time here. Now, these things, usually you can pay somebody, I don't know, 10, 20 euros per hour, and they can do it for you. You can easily train them, or they could be someone who is better skilled. Also, these skills sometimes drain your energy. These things drain for me, for sure, the administrative duties, the bookkeeping, it was just like, oh my God, I don't want to do that, but I have to do that. And it was sucking the energy out of me, taking me away from doing that. So what I would do, first of all, understand when you have someone taking this off your shoulders, you're going to spend more time here, you're going to naturally make more money, you're going to have more than enough to pay that person. And then the second thing that I would say is start gradually. So when I started, I hired maybe someone that I paid per hour. I didn't bring someone in-house as a full-time employee. I hired, actually my first employee was a student. She wasn't an employee, she was just a contractor. She was a student, and I just got her for like 10, 20-hour work week. And it was like, I don't know, 15 euros per hour. So you can start gradually, offload some, and then make sure that time that you offload, you're going in here, right? So you actually, because your energy is going to go up and you're going to have more time to be making money. So naturally, you're going to have more money to pay that person. Start gradually and prove to yourself that that was a good investment. And then you're going to have more money to pay her. Maybe, maybe that person, maybe someone else, maybe hire full time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. This is so valuable. And exactly like when you release this, you will be in a different energy yourself as well, in order to focus on like money generating activities. All right. Thank you. And, coming back to like money and yes, changing this emotional state, because, what you are saying, and, it resonates with me so much as well, because we had the privilege like to be working for the last few months together. And yes, we get it, we understand it, but like people generally, especially right now, nowadays, what's going on in the world, there's so much uncertainty over the last few years. And I would like people are saying, I would like to have more money. I'm doing like visualizations, affirmations that, I have the money, but I'm so freaking afraid because I don't have this money. So how to change this emotional state in order to be, because you said that this attracts or repels.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pick my book. Hold on. 1 second. All right. I'm gonna show you the gold. All right. So this is a lot of coaches would tell you, well, you've got to look into your money beliefs, like what are your dominant thoughts about money that you generated from when you were growing up or from 5 people that you're spending most time with. And then you would go into mundane change and transformation of these beliefs. Well, I've come across a shortcut, and the shortcut is this book. It's called The Habit. Now, the authors are Korean, so it's a little bit, Su Yun Lee and Yu Yung Hong.
The having, yes, you can check it online. The having.
This is what it looks like. Yeah. So what this book teaches, it's actually a brilliant, brilliant book if you would love to earn more money, actually, and learn the psychology of earning more money and allowing more money into your life. So there's two Korean ladies. One of them grew up in a lot of poverty consciousness where there was never enough money and there was a lot of financial worries. And another one was this financial guru. Ever since she was an early teenager, she was teaching the politicians and billionaires how to make more money. So the first girl decided to become wealthy and find someone that can help her. And she came across the other lady. And she realized the biggest thing that she learned, that one thing that all wealthy people have in common is that they feel that they have money. And that feeling can literally, if you can cultivate the feeling that you have money, makes you feel prosperous, this will eliminate, or like literally it will overpower the feelings of lack, fear, worry, uncertainty. And it's kind of like, when you cultivate the feeling of gratitude, you overcome negativity. When you cultivate the feeling of having money, you literally start eliminating all the non-productive emotions that literally, imagine you're getting on a sales call and you want to make more money, you want to help that person, but at the back of your head, you have constant fear around money. You're going to sabotage that sales call. You're not going to be present with that person. You're not going to be in the energy of helping them. You're going to be in the energy of getting them, and people feel it. They feel that there is a glitch, so they will not buy from you. So it's very important to change into that emotion of, I have money. Now, I could go, I don't know if you want me to give an example of a practice.
You can, yes, definitely, because it's very valuable.
Okay, so first, I definitely would encourage to read this book because there is some cool tips there in terms of like practically how to do this, but just high level, how do you do this? You sit down, maybe once a day, you sit down and you can journal and you write down you're having notes. So what does that look like? How cool is it that I have the money to always get my hair done? Every few months I get my hair done. It makes me feel like it makes me feel provided for, luxurious, beautiful. How cool is it that I always have the money to buy organic groceries? It makes me feel so healthy and taken care of. How cool is it that I always have the money to pay my mortgage? I never fall behind on payment. It makes me feel so financially secure. And of course, so basically the idea is, how cool is it that I have the money to do something or to have something? It makes me feel this, this, this. You can do this for like 10 minutes a day, every day, and you will start paying attention to more of where you have money, and the fact that you have money doesn't matter how much. You have money to do this, you have money to have that, and it makes you feel wealthier, prosperous. And then of course, how we feel attracts. So feeling is the secret of every single goal. And if we feel wealthy, doesn't matter what we have, we are magnetic to feeling wealthy again, right? So it's all about that emotional state. When we transform it, it starts helping us with closing the sales. We override that fear and we feel the emotion of having money. We get on that sales call and we are totally of service. We're not like, oh, I've got to sell Alex because I will have no money for bread. No, it's like, oh my God, I'm here to help her with what I've got. Oh, my face disappeared. Okay. And then I'm here completely, in love of service to that person, versus I need to get that sale. And, speaking of psychology of selling, that is usually the thing that doesn't allow people to sell successfully.
It's great, like, what you said, this like feeling of having, I'm practicing this myself as well, and it really changes the emotions, because like very often, like what we focus on expands, right? When we focus on lack, there is more lack, and when we focus on having, and actually we take so many things for granted, even when we look around the room, how many things we've got that most people on this planet don't, and once we were not able to have it as well, I mean the iPhone or the computer or I don't know, whatever, you are like blessed, yes, with all of those things, and when you start appreciating it, then more will come. So I absolutely love this exercise, and thank you very much for sharing that. And I would like to ask you, like, another question from a little bit different perspective. When it comes to like setting up financial goals, when people are in business, they set up financial goals, and they are like, I want to go to 6, 7, 8, whatever, multiple figures. And yet they are, for example, at the beginning of their journey. And, there are people out there telling them, oh, you have to dream big and, aim high. But when they put this figure, it's like so unrealistic that they are like, I don't even know where to start. So how was it like, for you? And when you work with your clients, do you encourage them, I don't know, to dream like, multi 7, or gradually?
Yeah, great question. So, it all depends on your believability, because like what I teach is actually creating a C-type goal. So C-type goal is something that you want, but you have no idea how to get. So it is a bit of a dream and it is a bit of a stretch. But I always ask, there is a part of our mentorship where we help the client to accept the belief, because initially every single goal that you want from the bottom of your heart, but you don't know how to get, you don't believe you can have it, right? Because you don't know how. So there is a part of the process where I help clients auto-suggest, repeat their goal with feelings, and eventually the mind can be convinced, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, maybe I can have it. And then, yeah, I believe it. But my question is always, is it believable for you? Because if someone goes, and usually I would advise to go in increments. So let's say, like, even looking at my journey, right? So I was earning that 3,000 net per month in my corporate world, or 5,000 gross. My first goal was to replace my corporate income with my business income. I didn't go from that to 20,000 in my business. No, I just went, okay, I want to replace it. I gave myself 6 months for that. And that was a brilliant goal. And it was a huge stretch, because what you're doing, you're changing from the method of earning money as an employee to self-employed, and you have no clue, right? And so this is a humongous goal. Now, when I reached that, then I started going for bigger numbers. Number one, I had more faith that I can do it. And number two, I knew what to do, right? And I had more time also to grow my business. But what I would say, let's say your goal is you want to go from 3,000 to 100,000 per month. I probably would, you could be repeating the goal of 100,000 per month in order to get really excited and emotional. But your target, or the thing that you focus on the most, I probably would go between 3 to 10 solid per month, 20, 50, and then 100,000 per month, something like that. What is believable for you? Because if you go for something that you're like, well, that is just completely nuts, I can't even imagine what it would be like to have that, or I can't even see myself doing that, then you're just not going to believe it, and you're not going to follow through with the actions that are required. So all depends on the believability. And it's kind of like climbing a mountain. If you're climbing Mount Everest, your focus is on the peak, but you have base camps that you're going through, and those base camps build your confidence, your believability, you know what to do, and then you just keep going. So notice between 3,000 10,000, then you may go 10,000 to 50, or 10,000 to 20, 50, 100. The base camp stretch, or the gap stretch, because your believability stretches, and it's just that, okay, this is just the same way I've done this, the same way I went for 10,000, I'm going to go for 20, 50, and then 100,000.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I love this. I love this, like, the level of believability, like, stretching, and very, very, very powerful advice. Okay, Eva. So, like, just to sum up, I know that we've covered so much and we can, like, go on and on and on. So thank you so much for that. I don't know, just to put this like in a nutshell, like, for looking at yourself and like your journey, that you are like multiple 7-figure business owner right now, what would you say? I don't know if you can say like 1 or 2 tips connected with money that needed to change and shift in here that made you become multiple 7-figure business owner.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, there's 3, but let's start with 2. Okay, the biggest, I suppose, like just golden nuggets when it comes to moving towards the money goal that is a huge stretch for you. I would say number 1, pay attention to your changing your dominant emotional state around money. This is a definite shortcut in order for your mind to become magnetic. Number 2, focus on money producing tasks and do your best to delegate or outsource the other backbone, backup tasks that need to be done, but they're not necessarily money producing. And, with that, I definitely would focus on training your habits around money to earn more. We'll share later on where someone can learn this, because we're going to be talking about multiple streams of income. And then actually that was my third piece of advice. When it comes to earning 50,000 in the business or 100,000 in the business or 10,000 in the business, you may want to change your method of earning. So, we can reach 10,000 per month by exchanging time for money. Most people exchange time for money, which means they get paid per hour. But when it comes to earning 50 or 100,000 per month, we want to look at what we call multiple streams of income or investments, adding that to what we're doing or developing that within our business. Now, I'm not going to go into that today because I know we don't have much time, but there is a place where if someone is interested, they can learn about that, like how to design multiple streams of income as well, how to change my money generating habits.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing those golden nuggets. I do believe that, this interview is so powerful and so inspiring. And anybody who is listening or watching, I really would like you to listen to this again and like make notes and start taking action. Not only listening, oh yeah, great, I will do it one day. No. Start from tomorrow or from today doing the having exercises that Eva shared with us and take some tangible steps in order to make changes in your life. And Eva, yes, so tell us, because I know that you have the workshop coming up that you would like to invite our listeners to. So can you tell us a little bit more about it, please?
Sure. So if you guys enjoyed this topic and you would love to learn more how to grow your business to 6 and 7 figures and have a life, I do a brilliant workshop where I go deep dive into sections of it, what I needed to do in terms of my mindset and strategies in my business to scale to 6 and then to multiple 7 figures. And we have a free 1 hour per day, 5-day workshop called Prosperous Mindset, Prosperous Business. And it takes place 17th to 21st of April, just 1 hour per day. But it goes in detail into what you have to do in terms of your mindset and in terms of your strategies. It helps you step back from what you're doing and really think and retrain your mind and retrain your strategies, shift them so that they can match your financial goal. Plus, of course, we connect you to the goal that is going to make you jump off your bed in the morning, that kind of a goal.
Yes, I salute that. So guys, like really, like the link to this workshop will be shared like in the show notes of this episode. So grab your seat, it's free and it's amazing. I've been through that like a few months ago, and I decided like to work with Eva, and I never looked back. And so I highly encourage you to go there, because she will really go like much deeper into what we shared today, and this will be like the truly transformational event for you. So I highly encourage you to save your seat. So Eva, thank you so much once again for being my guest, for sharing your wisdom, knowledge, experience, and so many like golden nuggets here. I love this, and I do believe that our listeners love this too. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with other people. They may need to hear this message today. It will, people do things out of inspiration or desperation. So if you feel inspired, other people will be inspired as well. So Ewa, once again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Alex, for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and we will see you at Ewa's event. And we are looking forward to hearing your success stories, how you are scaling your businesses to multiple 6 and 7 figures. Thank you, and bye-bye. To get started on your confidence journey, I invite you to grab free 5-day email course, Confidence Rockstar. You will get 5 daily lessons sent directly to your mailbox, so you will have access to them anytime you like. You can grab this gift on the website alexgrzybek.com/5 days. All of the links to this episode you will find in the show notes below. And one more thing. I want to invite you to my personal website, alexgrzybek.com, where you'll find other podcast episodes and more of the free resources to help you on your confidence journey. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next episode.